They say that every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child. This chilling statement finds its grim truth in the story of Mick Philpott, a man whose greed, manipulation, and cruelty led to the deaths of 6 innocent children. This is the story of a man who saw his own family not as a source of love, but as a means to an end. A man whose actions shocked the nation and left a community in mourning. Mick Philpott was born in 1956 in Derby, England. By the time he reached adulthood, he had already begun to reveal the dark side of his personality. A man with a penchant for control and violence, Philpott fathered 17 children with multiple women. But this wasn't a testament to his love for family, it was a calculated move. Philpott saw his children as a way to exploit the system, a means to claim government benefits and fund his lifestyle. Philpott's pattern of abuse began early. At 19, he entered a relationship with 15-year-old Kim Hill. What started as a seemingly charming courtship quickly turned into a nightmare. Philpott subjected Kim to relentless physical and emotional abuse. He beat her in public, broke her arm with a hammer, and even shot her with a crossbow. In 1978, after Kim attempted to leave him, Philpott broke into her home and stabbed her 27 times. Miraculously, Kim survived, but the scars, both physical and emotional, would last a lifetime. Philpott was sentenced to 7.5 years in prison, but served only 3. His early release would set the stage for decades of further violence and manipulation. After his release, Philpott's cycle of abuse continued. He married Pamela Lax, who bore him 3 children, but his violent tendencies remained unchecked. Pamela lived in fear, knowing what had happened to Kim. In 1993, Philpott began a relationship with 14-year-old Heather Keogh, who eventually fled after enduring years of abuse. By 2000, Philpott had moved on to Mairead Duffy, a 19-year-old single mother. Mairead, like the others, was drawn to Philpott's charm, only to find herself trapped in a web of code. Philpott's life was a spectacle. He lived with both Mairead and another woman, Lisa Willis, in a 3-bedroom council house. Together, they had 11 children. Philpott, unemployed, relied on government benefits to support his growing family. He even appeared on television, defending his lifestyle and demanding a larger house.
Oh, yes, I do work.
Yeah, I know your argument on this. Just give it to us. You say I look after my kids. What's wrong with a man looking after his kids other than a woman?
That's correct. What is wrong with a man looking after his children? I mean, I'm old-fashioned. I believe the man should be at work, but unfortunately, because the media keeps putting this certain story in the paper, I cannot get a job.
You can't get a job because of what?
Criminal record. I said, you do,
Why
mate.
are you so
I will
defensive?
Because when it comes to my kids, I'm very
I've just
defensive.
complimented your kids.
After I had a go at you.
I just said that ever
Listen, just
since...
get out, just talk to that, pal. Talk to that. You're not worth...
But behind the bravado and media appearances, tensions were simmering. Philpott's relationships were fraught with abuse, and his children were caught in the crossfire. On May 11, 2012, the unthinkable happened. In a desperate bid to frame Lisa Willis for endangering the family and win a custody battle, Philpott, Mairead, and a family friend, Paul Mosley, set fire to their own home. The plan was to stage a rescue and emerge as heroes, but the fire spread too quickly. 6 children, Jade, John, Jack, Jesse, Jayden, and Duwayne, perished in the blaze. The youngest was just 5 years old. The community was devastated. Philpott, ever the manipulator, played the grieving father in public. But his behavior raised suspicions. He flirted with police officers, joked during visits to the mortuary, and seemed to relish the media attention. Investigators soon uncovered the truth. Forensic evidence linked Philpott, Mairead, and Mosley to the crime. Recordings revealed incriminating conversations, and the unused ladder intended for the staged rescue sealed their fate. In April 2013, Mick Philpott, Mairead Duffy, and Paul Mosley were found guilty of manslaughter. Philpott was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 15 years. Mairead and Mosley received 17-year sentences. The court ruled that while they did not intend to kill the children, their actions were reckless and driven by greed. Philpott's motivation was clear. More children meant more benefits, and a larger house was within reach. But his plan went horribly wrong, and 6 innocent lives were lost. The story of Mick Philpott is one of manipulation, greed, and unimaginable cruelty. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked narcissism and the devastating consequences of placing personal gain above the lives of the most vulnerable. 6 children lost their lives that night, and a community was left to grapple with the aftermath. Their names, Jade, John, Jack, Jesse, Jayden, and Duwayne, will forever be remembered, not for how they died, but for the lives they should have lived.